Switzerland doesn't feel like a place that was naturally formed. It feels like a place that was carefully arranged, where every detail appears intentional, every landscape feels balanced, and nothing seems out of place. At first, it almost looks unreal. Not because it is exaggerated, but because everything appears too perfect to exist this way. In most countries, beauty feels scattered, but in Switzerland, it feels consistent. Lakes sit completely still, reflecting mountains so clearly it becomes difficult to tell where reality ends and reflection begins. Villages appear untouched wooden houses aligned perfectly along hillsides, surrounded by green fields that look almost painted, and yet none of it feels artificial. It feels precise. Then there are the mountains. The Alps dominate everything, not just in size but in presence. Massive, unmoving, and impossible to ignore. They shape the entire country. But what makes Switzerland different is not just the mountains, it is how people exist within them. Trains move through valleys effortlessly, cutting through landscapes that feel too perfect to be real. Roads curve through mountains without disrupting. Villages sit quietly beneath towering peaks without competing for attention. Everything works together instead of against each other. And that balance is what makes Switzerland feel different, because nothing feels chaotic, nothing feels unfinished. Everything feels composed. In places like Lauterbrunnen, waterfalls fall directly from cliffs into a valley so perfectly shaped, it almost looks designed. While in Zermatt, the Matterhorn rises in isolation, one of the most recognizable mountains in the world, standing alone with a level of symmetry that feels unnatural. In Interlaken, lakes meet mountains in a way that feels almost staged, as if every element was placed exactly where it should be. And yet, it is all real. But Switzerland is not just about what you see. It is about how it feels. Clean air, quiet surroundings, systems that work with precision, trains that arrive exactly on time, cities that never feel overwhelming even at their busiest. There is a level of control and organization that extends beyond infrastructure into daily life. And that consistency reinforces the feeling that everything is exactly where it should be. Even in the cities like Zurich or Geneva, modern life exists without disrupting the natural environment. Glass buildings reflect lakes instead of overpowering them. Streets remain clean, organized, and calm, and the transition between urban and natural feels almost seamless. Switzerland does not try to impress loudly. It does not rely on extremes. Instead, it creates an experience where everything feels stable, predictable, and perfectly aligned. And over time, it becomes the most noticeable difference, because in most places, perfection feels temporary, but here it feels permanent. As if nothing will change, as if everything will remain exactly as it is. But that is what makes Switzerland so unique. It gives the illusion of perfection in a world that rarely feels that way. And once you experience that level of balance, it becomes difficult not to compare it to everywhere else. Because Switzerland is not just beautiful, it is composed, structured, and almost impossibly precise in a way that makes it feel less like a country and more like a place that was designed to be seen exactly as it is,